I did. But for me, dark meat on the side, white keeps me mean and lean. You know, that's why I married white. Man, that's what I like.
In the wild world of the internet and online romances, there was a lot of hype going on about Jeezy and Jeannie Mai. The manosphere couldn't stop gushing over what they thought was the match made in heaven. But guess what? On September 14, 2023, the unthinkable happened. In Fulton County Superior Court, located in Georgia, Jeezy filed for divorce from Ginnie. Now here's the interesting part. The divorce papers were not filled with lovey-dovey stuff. No, they said the marriage was basically beyond repair, irretrievably broken, and there was zero chance of making things right again. The whole manosphere has been scratching their heads, wondering how this fairy tale turned into a nightmare. In a cryptic Instagram post shared the same day the filing was submitted, Jeezy, whose real name is Jeannie Jenkins, wrote in a caption that he is, quote, too focused on who I'm becoming to focus on who's not coming with me, end quote. Now let's dive into Jeannie Mai's past. She's a TV personality best known for co-hosting The Real from 2013 to 2021. Some comments she made about dark meat have come back to haunt her.
You dated black guys.
Loved black guys. Yeah, I did. But for me, dark meat on the side, white keeps me mean and lean. You know, that's why I married white. Man, that's what I like.
Hold up.
I do think black men are attractive. I do. Like, that's my...
Well, what do you mean dark meat on the side?
Think about men. I like dark men. I do.
Right, you like your main man to be white and your side piece
Here's the backstory. When she made those comments, she was married to her then husband, Freddy Harteis. They were together for a long 11 years until their divorce in 2017. The reason for their split was a pretty big one. Freddy wanted to have kids, and Ginnie didn't share the same enthusiasm. It got so serious that they even tried counseling, but in the end, they couldn't bridge that gap. Fast forward, and she found love again with Jeezy, tying the knot after her divorce from Freddy. Just when things seemed to be looking up, Jeezy took everyone by surprise by filing for divorce a mere 2 years later. Life's full of unexpected twists, isn't it? Mai and Jeezy's love story kicked off in the fall of 2018. They first crossed paths on her talk show, The Real. It was one of those meet-cute moments that ended up changing their lives forever. Fast forward to April 2020, and they were shouting their love from the rooftops by announcing their engagement. But hey, they weren't all about the glitz and glamour. In the beginning, they kept things on the down low, like a well-kept secret. It wasn't until 2019 that they decided to let the world in on their romance. The big reveal happened when they graced the red carpet together at the inaugural Snowball Gala in Atlanta. Jeezy was in the spotlight that night, recognized for his amazing philanthropic efforts. But let's not forget the icing on the cake. They sealed the deal with the 2021 wedding. Love stories don't always follow the script, but for Mai and Jeezy, it was a journey worth taking. The exes welcomed their daughter on January 11, 2022, following their March 21 nuptials. They named her Monaco Mai Jenkins. Right from the get-go, it was clear that this marriage was headed down a rocky road. It felt like neither of them was really showing their true selves, and if you ask me, their intentions weren't exactly pure, especially when it came to Ginnie. It seemed like Ginnie was more focused on the spotlight she was getting from being with Jeezy. You know, the whole deal about having a mixed-race baby and flaunting her new lifestyle in her ex-husband's face. That's what felt like more of a priority to her than building a genuine connection. Now, if we want to understand who Jeezy truly is, we've got to pay attention to his actions. Here's the thing. Jeezy has 2 previous baby moms. That little detail speaks volumes, doesn't it? It indicates Jeezy is okay with broken homes and with his children not having him around. More on this later. We won't be diving into the gritty details, but Jeezy also has a well-documented history with Gucci Mane. It's been quite tense. But let's move on to yet another dark chapter in Jeezy's life, something that is etched in history. According to court documents, back in September 2012, Jeezy and his son, Jadarius, got into a violent altercation in the bathroom. It escalated to a horrifying point where Jadarius was thrown into a glass shower door, causing him to strike his head. But that wasn't the end of it. Allegedly, Jeezy went on to punch the young boy in the face, dragged him into the bedroom, and continued the assault. What's even more chilling is that Jeezy is accused of uttering these menacing words to his own flesh and blood. "I will kill you, I will put a bullet in your head right now." It's a disturbing story that's hard to justify. In the aftermath, Jadarius received medical treatment for his injuries, and thankfully, it appears he made a full recovery. In light of such disturbing events, it's no wonder that some might question the choices of any woman who decides to have a child with a man like this. Jadarius, whose mom name is Tanisha Dykes, has a younger brother named Shyheim who avoids all forms of media. Jeezy is also the same man whose second baby mom / ex-fiance, whose name is Malet Mahi Jabamudin, we'll be calling her Mahi, had to take him to court to force him to pay back child support he owed. He tried to publicly paint Mahi as a bitter baby mom that was only suing him because she was jealous of his new Asian wife. Throughout the proceedings, Mahi accused the singer of lies and defamation in the child support and custody arrangement because the truth is, he was the one who tried to renege on the agreement that they had. He also refused to work with her or her lawyers, so she had to sue him to get what was owed. The couple had dated for several years and had a beautiful baby girl on February 27, 2014, named Amra Jenkins. However, on April 2019, the couple ended their relationship, and that's when Jeezy filed for custody of his daughter, Amra. Now, when it came to working out the details of their arrangement, things were pretty specific. It was laid out in March 2020. Jeezy agreed to shell out $7,500 a month to support their 6-year-old daughter. That included covering her school fees, ensuring she had health and life insurance, and even chipping in a substantial $30,000 toward a brand new car for Mahi. Now here comes the twist in the tale. Mahi had her sights set on a 2020 Jeep Wrangler, but things didn't go smoothly with that purchase when Jeezy's legal team cited the financial setbacks caused by C-19. I know Mahi had to be super frustrated and disappointed by this point. The story keeps getting more complex, but one thing's for sure. If a man's walked away from his past relationships, leaving women with a child or children on their own, it's a blazing neon red warning sign. Rumor has it that Jeezy cheated on Mahi while she was carrying their child to start his romance with Ginnie. The whispers of an affair started circulating not long after they went public with their love story. You see, Jeezy and Mahi decided to call off their engagement in April of 2019, and guess what happened just a few days later? The very first pictures of Jeezy and Jeannie together made its way onto the internet, painting a picture of a love story that was brewing even before the dust had settled on their previous relationship. It's the kind of timing that raises some eyebrows, to say the least. Of course, in the midst of all this, Jeannie found herself in the hot seat, accused of snatching Jeezy away from Mahi. The speculation ran wild, with many suspecting that Jeannie may have been Jeezy's side chick during his engagement to Mahi. It was a tangled web of love and accusations that had so many people talking. From the beginning of his relationship with Jeannie, Jeezy was never around. They lived in separate houses. He was always on the road touring, even though I don't remember when he last had an album. He was hardly around for the baby either. Jeannie had essentially become a single mother, co-parenting with Mama Mai. And what's the latest twist in this saga? Jeezy is now once again filing for joint legal custody of their daughter and wants the prenup enforced. Seems like there might be a pattern emerging here, doesn't it? Now let's get real about Jeannie and her perspective on this relationship. It was like she had some kind of schoolgirl infatuation going on, refusing to see the writing on the wall. Even when folks around her tried to sound the alarm, telling her that he had a track record of being a deadbeat dad to his previous kids, even when his own son spoke up about his abusive behavior, and even when his ex-fiance said he wasn't shit, Jeannie clung to the belief that she was the exception, that she was somehow special. Jeannie, like the ultimate pick-me, proudly held this relationship up as if she were some sort of shining example. She boldly proclaimed that she was going to submit to him and be the shining example of how to treat this black king. But, as fate would have it, she found herself at the end of the road, left to reckon with the reality of the situation. Jeannie Mai, getting married and starting a family relatively quickly with a black male rapper, seems like it was a way to assert her independence and self-worth. I mean, let's not forget how her previous marriage crumbled in a hurtful way, with her ex-husband Freddy cheating on her, divorcing her, and starting a new family with the woman he had an affair with, all while publicly calling her trash on social media. Given Jeannie's concern for her public image, it's possible that she felt a strong need to prove to herself and show the world that she was not just succeeding, but thriving. One thing Jeannie might have considered doing differently is picking a partner who values family life and truly respects the institution of marriage. Looking back, it's safe to say that marriage might not have been the best move for them from the get-go. Jeannie appeared to be on a mission to prove that she had moved forward and upped her game since her previous marriage. It seemed like she was living out some fantasies along the way, driven more by the idea of Jeezy rather than the reality of who he was. At one time, when he was cleaning up his act and revamping his image, she might have been the stabilizing force in his life. But fast forward to the present, and he seems to be on a different trajectory and seeking something new. At least she had her little dark meat on the side. Thank you everyone for listening and watching. I really appreciate it. Please like, share, subscribe. Have a good day.